So theatres can reopen from Saturday the 4th of July as long as they don't produce any live performances. Right? I have got that right, haven't I? You heard that right, didn't you? Let me just get my head round this. Isn't the sole purpose of a theatre to put on live performances? That's why theatres are there. Whether it's the London Palladium in the West End or a village hall that's open for 3 nights. I'm not making it up, am I? I mean, you couldn't write this stuff down. So where does that leave us? Ironically, of course, it may favour the amateur, non-professional industry because while this year's Panto season becomes more and more doubtful, most notably for the professional calendar in December rather than the new year when a lot of amateur societies go up, but that's besides the point. At least the social aspects of non-professional theatre societies and companies may see this new 1 metre plus social distancing guideline. It might see a few events put on for members to get together and meet up again, live and away from Zoom for a change. So how we've been living our lives for the last 3 months. So that might be good. So those amateur companies fortunate enough to either own their own venues or some sort of premises or have access to or manage their own rehearsal space. I don't know, this could take the form of non-performer style membership play readings, safely managed rehearsals, or even properly organised social gatherings or quiz nights at the bar. The bars can open. At least it would allow members to see one another in the flesh again and make some moves to try and reinstate the status quo that we're all so desperately trying to get back to. So maybe there is something in it if you're not a professional. For the life of me, I can't see the benefit of the big professional theatres and West End theatres opening again. If they can't put on any live performances, and let's face it, while social distancing is still hanging over us, it's very, very highly unlikely that any of them will find it financially viable to open their doors to raise the curtains at all. I can't see any of them opening just for bar services. Theatre bars are famously not very competitively priced, are they? And let's face it, unfortunately, they're not very competitively manned or staffed either, are they? So I don't think people are going to flock to theatres just to prop up the bar. And so box offices can obviously open again, I guess. But are people going to have the confidence to buy ahead when they don't know what's going to happen? I mean, if you're one of the 500,000 people that went to Bournemouth Beach in the last few days, then, there's going to be a second wave of this just around the corner, many people are predicting. So, no one knows what's going to happen in the future. So I don't see how people are going to have the confidence to book in the box office of a big theatre. Anyway, when it comes to the performances themselves, let's not forget that this latest bizarre sounding direction states live performances. It doesn't say whether we can film rehearsed readings, play readings, upload them to YouTube. I don't know. There might be I believe there's licensing now available for uploading or doing readings. Maybe there's something in it where you can record a performance in front of an empty auditorium, I don't know, and upload it to YouTube and sell tickets that way, broadcast that way. I don't know. We'll have to look into it more, whether the government meant nothing to be performed or just in front of an audience. We'll have to wait and see. But obviously this bizarre and somewhat out of touch direction with the arts industry, and let's face it, you only have to look at the government's recent recommendation that some of the West End shows can carry on with their musicals, but why not put them on without any singing, where you're not projecting and therefore causing the infection rate, the R number, to possibly rise? I mean, you really couldn't write this stuff, could you? To have a musical without any singing in it is just fantastic. I wish I'd have thought of that. Brilliant idea. Looking at your responses to this mini survey we did at the end of last week's video, I think you guys are ahead of the curve anyway. We asked two very simple questions. The first one: are you in favour of restarting amateur non-professional theatre productions while social distancing is still in place? 3/4 of you answered no. There's very little point, and we'd barely even cover the licensing fees. If the professional industry can't reopen, then neither can we. Also, many of our front of house, backstage staff, cast and crews are of an age where an understandable lack of confidence will also be an issue. Question number 2 was, with this year's professional pantomime season hanging in the balance still, do you predict amateur and non-professional pantomimes will still go ahead? To which a huge 80% of respondents answered a flat no. How interesting is that? So if most of you don't think that amateur, non-professional theatre can restart until social distance has been completely removed, then it doesn't really matter what the government decides to allow, live performance-wise, when it comes to reopening at all, does it? The really worrying aspect is the fact that such a large proportion of you are also of the mind that the next amateur panto season will not go ahead at all. This might signify that many of you envisage social distancing being still in place and causing financial restrictions on opening the doors, and also a lack of public confidence, membership confidence in the auditorium. So if that is the case, our doors may be kept closed performance-wise for some time to come. So, to delve a little deeper, we've posed 3 more questions for you this week. They're just as simple as the ones last week, just as quick to answer. It'll take seconds, but we hope it might just give us a bit of a clearer insight and an idea into your approach to the current situation and getting out of the current situation. Again, you don't need to leave any details. It's all completely anonymous, so please do either click on the link below this video or back on the newsletter. If you've clicked through from the newsletter to watch this video, please click the button there and just answer 3 very simple questions. It'll take you seconds, I promise you. Again, if you have clicked through from the newsletter, you'll see also in there that the Theatres Trust have put out a stark warning at the moment that they think over 50% of small charity-run theatre companies, that's many amateur companies up and down the whole country, are in fact in risking going under in the next few weeks without any further financial help from the government. Very interesting piece. Please do read that. And headlining this week's newsletter, you will see, and please do watch them, are Alan Bennett's Talking Heads, with the cream of today's acting crop. I would say it's on a par with the originals in the end of the 80s. It's absolutely fantastic. Real masterclasses in how to deliver a monologue. I mean, there's so much audition material there. It's unbelievable. And really, I mean, it just shows how ahead of his time Alan Bennett was, because, and it still is, because, you know, it's so relevant to today. So many of them are relevant to today's society. And really, really interesting stuff. Really have a look. So that's it for now. Ta-ta for now. If you like this video, give us a big thumbs up, please. If you've got any comments, please leave them below this video or on our Facebook or Twitter pages. Don't forget to press the subscribe button and the little bell next to it. If you press that as well when you subscribe, then it means you'll be notified as soon as we post any future videos. That's it for now. So we'll see you all again soon. Enjoy the newsletter. Stay safe. Stay well. We will be back. See you soon. Bye for now.